Hello friends, I'm Pam and this is Made by Pam, and today I am going to be serging a blanket on my serger. I've got this cute little blanket here, and what I'm doing is I'm adding a new back to it. I have this back here that I would like to add because let me show you the old back that I have. And I wanted to use this, but there just wasn't quite enough. So I went with the brown. And it's got pretty brown in it too. So it came with this backing on it, and it just gets really scratchy and it's just not good. So I'm like, you know what, I'm going to change the backing on it because it's such a nice fabric and the backing was just horrible, and we're putting a nice backing on it. So what I'm doing, let me show you real quick. I use my Chromebook, so this is going to be a little bit weird, but see, I've got my nice little husk bar. So I set it to stitch 19. It is a 2-thread wrapped overlock wide. And so what I've done is I've gone along and I have pinned all the edges. And so I've got some overlap on some of the edges that it didn't fit, but that will be cut off with my serger. But I'm just going along. So what I have in the top thread is a variegated thread. Figured that would look nice. Thought about using like a brown or whatever, and I could do that, or even a blue, but I decided I would go with the variegated. And then in the loper, which is, I guess it's called the lower because it's in the blue side, I've got a woolly, I think it's a woolly nylon thread. I have this giant spool. Look at this awesome giant spool. Yeah, I got it from a thrift shop, and I need to use it, so I'm using it. And so far, it has done quite a beautiful stitch there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and stitch along here. And I kind of take breaks to take out my pins. Maybe I should have gotten half of this done before starting this video. But I did like a fourth of it. No, actually it wasn't even a fourth. It was a fourth of one side. And so I wanted to share it with you. Just because it has been an extremely long time since I have done a video. It has been a long time since I've actually sewn. But the good thing about sewing, it's like riding a bike. You just don't forget how. Then I've got a corner to go around. And I am so excited to use this blanket again. But it just kind of sat there and not been used because nobody has wanted to use it. Because of the backing on it. I haven't even wanted to use it. That's quite bad, huh? But yeah, so I am using my Husqvarna S25, and I am using stitch 19 with the 2-thread wrapped overlock wide with a variegated thread in the needle. And it could have been any kind of thread. It didn't have to be the variegated. I probably could have even used variegated in the Loper, but I wanted something different. I even thought about using the thicker, like yarn type thread. Well, no, not the yarn, but like the thick crochet thread type stuff. But I have chosen not to do that. But I did think about it. And this is actually the first time I've used my serger since I got it back. And I think I've had it back for like over a month. And I have not used it since. Because it was out of commission for a while. Because I sent it in to get fixed. I'm going to show you here what we've got going on here. I'm just going along with this. You know, and if I could pause the camera and do it all really fast and then start it back up and show you, I would. Now, here's the thing. I could do that on my phone, which would be great and all, but don't you wonder sometimes what that next step is when somebody shows you a video and you're looking at it and there's some elapsed time and you're like, okay, so how did they get to where they are? Yes, it looks great, but how did they do that? Also, we are just going to go from start to finish. And you'll just listen to me talk as I go along and sew this up. So I just have to make sure that I pick out every single pin. Because I have like pinned it a lot. Because I wanted to make sure that this stayed in place. I did not want it getting out of place. But see, look how pretty that is turning out. And then, you know, if I had, see, I do have black thread like this, and I have gray, and I have pink. But I figured the white would look better. If I had brown, I probably would have used brown. But I don't have brown. I might, though. The thing is, I would have to look. I think I have some purple, too. It's just this is what was readily available without me having to search. So I'm just being super duper careful that I do not end up sewing over a pin. Because a lot of the pins I used had this large head on it. But then I have these other pins that just have this small little head on it. So look at the difference. Yeah, go figure. You know, I tried to do a video on Monday. Today is Sunday, by the way. Sunday, September 8th. So, I tried to do a video on Monday. Well, unfortunately, that video did not turn out. The problem was, I recorded it. I was doing good. I was showing you fabric haul and pattern haul and the new buttons I got. Yeah. So, on Monday, last Monday was Labor Day. And I had the opportunity to go to Serger's, one of my local thrift shops. Basically, I left to go to Walmart because I had to pick up a prescription, and then instead of going straight to Walmart, I went to Serger's because I knew that it was a sale that they were having, and so I wanted to take advantage of it. So I went and took advantage of it. And I got some great fabric, some great patterns, and some notions. Like I've got a bag of thread and a bag of, and I'm shedding all over the place here. And, well, not shedding, but all the fluff is coming off while I sew. But I got a bag of buttons. Lots of great buttons, by the way. And I recorded it. And then it didn't work. I'm hoping I did not just run over a pin. That sounded kind of funny to me. Uh-oh. Oh no. Dang it. Okay. So, I have a dilemma. Yeah, a big dilemma. My thread broke. Dang it. So, you want to watch how I rethread my Serger? And the reason why it broke is because my thread got caught up in the thing and it broke off. Man, don't you hate when that happens? I just kind of have to remember how to thread it. Because what I did is when I threaded it, is I just kind of pulled the string through as it threaded it up. But luckily, this isn't the hardest thing to thread. I would just have preferred if I didn't have to rethread it. I guess I need to get out my tweezers. So I have some little tweezers here. I'm just going to run it down through here, pull out my string if I can get a hold of it all. Okay. and switch that back over to the N because I had moved it. There we go. All right. And now the fun part, rethreading this. I guess it's not so bad. It could be worse, right? I think the only bad part is my eyesight's not the best as it was. But I'm always like looking over the top rim of my glasses. And so the doctor suggested I get bifocals. Yeah, right. You know, and seriously, that wouldn't be so bad. But the thing is, why would I want bifocals?